Welcome back to our RDBMS subject. Today we will start our unit number 3, that is PLSQL. Before beginning with the subject, let us understand some basic concepts. Basic concepts in which we'll learn what is data. You can think data of raw facts and figures. For example, 450. If I say 450, it makes no sense. But if I'm adding some meaning to it, say for example, the price of this vase is 450 rupees. So this makes sense and it gives you some meaning, it gives you some information. So when you are giving some meaning to the data, then that data is called information. If we collect information regarding a particular entity, then that entity collected data is called database. And to manage this database, we need a database management system. So what is database management system? It can be divided into two parts. First part is database, that means collection of information. Any database contains information pertaining to a single subject or an entity. For example, a database which contains information of the student will only contain information of the student. You can't mix the information of student with information of employee. And management system. Management system means what? Set of programs to manage the data. If you are storing some data, then data may be retrieved for future use, for future reference. And to manage this data, we need some set of programs, and collectively the DBMS is your that set of programs. It has information also and set of programs also. Now what is RDBMS? RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. RDBMS stores the data into collection of tables which might be related by common fields. Means a table has number of rows and these rows are nothing but collection of columns. Most RDBMS use SQL as database query language. The most popular RDBMS are MS SQL Server, DB2, Oracle and MySQL. Some of the listed RDBMS. Now RDBMS was designed by a IBM research scholar and mathematician called Dr. E.F. Code. The two of Dr. E.F. Code's main focal points were designing the relational model were reduce the data redundancy, that means reduce the repetition of data, to improve data integrity, that means the data must be consistent. If it is modified by many people at the same time, then also the data must be consistent. The relation is the only data structure used in relational data model to represent both entities and relationship between them. That is, a table is used to represent both entities and the relationship between entities. Rows of the relation are referred to as tuples and columns are referred to as attributes. Now what is PLSQL? PLSQL is Oracle's procedural language, an extension to SQL. PLSQL allows you to mix SQL statements with procedural statements like if statement and looping structures. PLSQL is the superset of SQL. It uses SQL for data retrieval and manipulation, and it uses its own statements for data processing. Now types of PLSQL blocks. The PLSQL blocks are of mainly two types, anonymous block and named block. What is anonymous block? A block without a name is an anonymous block. An anonymous block is not saved in the Oracle database server, so it is just used for one time. PLSQL anonymous blocks are useful for testing purpose only. Named block. What are named block? Named blocks have a specific and unique name for them. They are stored as the database objects in the server. A named block is saved into Oracle database first and then can be reused. A function on a procedure is an example of named block. What are the advantages of PLSQL? First advantage is block structure. PLSQL consists of blocks of code which can be nested within each other. Each block forms a unit of task or logical module. PLSQL blocks can be stored in the database and can be reused. Means the program which is written in PLSQL is consisting of small units called blocks. Procedural language capability. PLSQL consists of procedural language constructs such as conditional statements and looping statements. All the statements which were used in our programming can be used in our PLSQL. Better performance. PLSQL engine processes multiple SQL statements simultaneously as a single block, thereby reducing the network traffic. Earlier what we were doing, we were executing one statement at a time. But in PLSQL we can fire multiple SQL statements at a time. These SQL statements may be the part of your block. Error handling. PLSQL handles errors or exceptions effectively during the execution of PLSQL program. Once an exception is caught, specific actions can be taken depending upon the type of exception, or it can be displayed to the user with a message. If there is an error in your PLSQL program, then we can handle the errors effectively. PLSQL execution environment, or you can say PLSQL architecture. PLSQL engine resides in the Oracle engine. The Oracle engine can process not only single SQL statement but also entire PLSQL block. These blocks are sent to PLSQL engine where procedural statements are executed, and SQL statements are sent to SQL executor in Oracle engine. Since the PLSQL engine resides in Oracle engine, this is an efficient and swift operation. The call to Oracle engine needs to be made only once to execute any number of SQL statements if these SQL statements are bundled inside a PLSQL block. The diagram below gives the idea of how these statements are executed and how convenient it is to use the bundle SQL code within PLSQL block. Since the Oracle engine is called only once for each block, the speed of SQL statement execution is vastly enhanced when compared to Oracle engine being called once for each Oracle SQL statement. That means what? Say for example, this is the block structure of our PLSQL. So whatever procedural statements are there, they are sent to your PLSQL engine. The procedural statements are sent to your PLSQL engine, and the SQL statements are sent to SQL executor. That means what? A single task is not performed by PLSQL engine. Separate tasks are performed by PLSQL engine and SQL executor. All the programming constructs like if statement, looping statements are executed by our PLSQL engine, and select statement, update statement, delete statement, all such statements are executed by our SQL statement executor. But the main concept over here is that all the statements are sent to the engine for execution at a single time, and the procedural and SQL statements are separated automatically by the Oracle engine. That means you can say that Oracle engine has two parts. Which two parts? First part is PLSQL engine and second part is SQL statement executor. and these two paths perform separate operations depending upon the type of statements. But both these paths are part of our Oracle engine.